It took me forever to get here, but I finally found the march. And to be perfectly clear, to start this off, I don't yet know who I'm voting for, but all of these types of things are truly a piece of history. So I want to show you guys what's going on right now in Los Angeles. This is a Bernie Sanders march. There are a lot of supporters. It's very happy. The energy is very good. Check this out.
The more people that comes out, the better chance Bernie is going to win. Alright, so we need to mobilize in every way that we can. So find that way, whatever way you can, and do it.
Oh my god, this is amazing. Oh, sorry.
How's it going? How's everybody doing tonight? So, I'm a college and
all day, every day. Okay. Thank you.
So before this election,
good. How are you?
I like your silent vlog.
What's your name? Have we met before?
But now I actually
Friend of Max.
Oh, yes, okay.
Yeah, H-Y-O-G-U-C-H.
Perfect.
Because guess what? TV, they aren't going to tell you anything that's truthful. I used to trust CNN. CNN is not I want you guys to remind your friends when they tell you that they've been watching CNN and CNN says, oh, it's no hope. Hillary, she's already at 1,300, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? That's included with superdelegates, but they don't tell you that. And on top of that, superdelegates, they haven't even voted yet. They don't even vote till June, and guess what? In 2008, they all backed Hillary Clinton as well. And you know what happened? People like us came together and said, no, we want a different candidate, and then they started So it is not over until it's over. The other day, I saw a post. I forget where, but there was a county where Bernie won by literally one vote. We are the underdogs, but guess what? I like being the underdogs because we are Hey guys, you know there's two ways to get through this life. One is based off of fear. It's based off of blaming people who aren't like us for our problems. It's accepting the status quo as being the best that we can have. And then there's another way of getting through this life, and that's on hope. That's what Bernie stands for. Don't let anybody tell you that we can't start this revolution, that this can't happen. Because the only way it can happen is if you don't believe in it, if you don't speak out, right? Remember, everyone.
It helps to be tiny.
Vote for Bernie. We're all Democrats or we're all not Democrats here. So let's all come together and pick the right person.
I tried.
My name is Jordan Landerman. I have end-stage Lyme disease. 3 years ago, a bite from a tick at my college infected me. Had I been properly cared for, I could have been immediately cured. It is now incurable. I will suffer from this disease until the day it kills me. My body has turned against me. I did not expect my country to do the same. I have faced doctors who do not believe in or understand my disease despite published medical evidence, and despite the fact that Lyme is the fastest growing infectious disease in the US and possibly the world at pandemic levels. I have been misdiagnosed and ignored. In one case, a doctor refused to give me my medication that prevented me from committing suicide because if I killed myself while on the medication, he might be liable. Before being forced to leave school for medical reasons, I was studying to become an entomologist. I wanted to go to grad school, acquire a PhD. I yearned to travel the world doing important research and discovering new insect species deep inside pristine rainforests before they're wiped out by man. Now, due to memory and cognition issues and a basic inability to function day to day, this may never become a reality. I, a young, intelligent girl with so much to offer the world, may end up spending my life getting government assistance or relying on my future husband to pay my bills. My family and I have already contributed $38,000 to a failing healthcare system, and due to the nature of my disease, we are far from finished. My family and I are set to pay hundreds of thousands out of pocket for the rest of my life, all because uneducated doctors failed to diagnose me sooner. And I am not alone. Our nation is in crisis. Due to market-based health insurance and prescriptions, many people are paying out of pocket and have no choice but to continue to do so. My insurance company, like many others, doesn't give a flying fudge about my well-being. They are willing to deny payments for absolutely necessary procedures in order to maintain a profit. Explain to me how a country that spends the most on healthcare cannot provide care for everyone, but other countries spend less, cover all of their citizens, and maintain quality care. Consider that the average hospital stay in the U.S. is $18,000. The next comparable countries, including Canada, the Netherlands, and Japan, average between $4,000 to $6,000 less than the United States. Due to lack of regulation, U.S. hospital and prescription costs can climb to extortionate amounts, limiting who has access to life-saving services. Poor and uninsured are left on their own, and they don't have access to small loans of $1 million to cover these radical costs. But Bernie Sanders is the voice of the tired, the poor, the huddled masses. He is the voice of the next generation, a group of people who refuse to be taken advantage of day after day by greed. Bernie's plan will streamline the healthcare system, removing waste and lowering costs for all. Until every citizen of this nation has access to affordable care, we cannot begin to call ourselves great. Many days, I feel like my life is over. I drew the short straw. I'm disabled at age 22, and temporary remission is a far-off possibility. But this brewing political revolution has given me hope like nothing else has before. For the first time in my life, I actually, truly, really feel like someone with power is sticking up for me, for all of the sick and dying, and for the entire country. This revolution is going to change the United States, it's going to change the world, and it's going to save lives. I feel the burn!
Student. I'm tired of uneducation blocking our views of what is right. Bernie is a democratic socialist, therefore he cannot run our capitalist country. Socialism is for the people. It's the economy and society running both together, hand in hand, democratically. Yeah. Now I want our generation to be run by love. I love all of you, regardless of your income, regardless of what you look like, regardless of what gender you are, who you feel that you are, because we're all here together. And it's about time that we have someone who represents that for all of us. Woo!
Yeah!
My name is Wickham and I'm a college student. I just wanted to say, I don't want to be in debt for the rest of my life. I don't want to start my adult life in debt, owing money. Tell me last year how the 2015 budget said we only spent 3% of our budget on education. Money for college, but we have money to build a wall between us and Mexico. Tell me again how Donald Trump wants to split America up. Donald Trump, actually. Make Donald Trump again, by the way. Donald is not a good businessman. He's filed bankruptcy. He's had failed businesses like Trump Steaks that he sold at the Sharper Image. That's not a good business decision, if you ask me. Donald Trump is a bigot and a racist. He does not deserve to be president. And once again, a vote for Hillary is a vote for Trump. Read the polls if you don't believe me. The polls say Bernie beats Trump time and time again. A vote for Hillary is a vote for Trump.
Last week in Michigan, we kicked their fucking asses. They finally started paying attention to us, that we're trying to finally turn things around. And we need to continue that momentum. Phone bank, text bank. There's a thing called Bernie Builders that connects you directly to that campaign. That's where they will tell you what they need directly. And that was where they'll give you all the tools that you can actually help them in their campaign. They're building all of these. Any coders around here? Coders are building everything. They're changing this campaign. Please go to Phone Bank, Bernie Builders, and participate, volunteer. We need that. So not just Facebooking. Don't just Facebook and share ads. Go and Phone Bank. Talk to your neighbors. Please join Bernie Builders and find out the tools how you can actually spread his message and help his campaign. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
How's it going, Los Angeles? Thank you. I want to tell everybody how proud I am for my city to be that we're standing up for a cause. We're not just doing everything else that, we're just individuals, I noticed that Los Angeles, we're a place of diversity. There's a lot of racism going on. There's so much things going on here to the point that we even hate cops. We hate everybody. We don't even trust nobody. But you know what? Bernie Sanders has taught us to unite together for a cause. Because you know what? We're not just Mexicans. We're not just white. We're not just blacks. We're freaking human beings. Look, I've been actually doing this for quite a while. I am not a citizen. I cannot vote. But you know what? That is not stopping me from informing the rest of the people around here. And you know what? Like I said, this country wouldn't be what it is without the work of immigrants. And we gotta work that up. Look, I'll tell you this too. I attend Santa Monica College and I go to Trade Tech. 2 days ago, I've been doing printings after printings, going to Santa Monica, to Los Angeles, and back to Santa Monica. Why? Because I'm trying to inform as many people as possible, and we should all do that. That's what we say. And again, like I said, and Bernie said, not me, not Bernie, but who else? That's right.
What's up? Bernie's the voter! This is the time of our lives! We face a climate catastrophe! We're talking about millions of people dying, starving, and migration. By 2100, the Middle East will be too hot during the summer for people to live. This is our moment. I am from Riverside, California. I drove my ass to see ya! I'm a college teacher at UC Riverside. I was fortunate. When I went to college, I just spent $700 a quarter in 1999. Much cheaper. We complained, but it's not as horrifying as now. The student debt goes up and the profits of Wall Street go up. It's not fair. It's important to recognize from Occupy Riverside in 2011, like Occupy LA, that we're united by many issues. All of these issues are connected. Foreclosure crisis, unemployment, climate change. All of these issues are connected to the cancer of our democracy, money in politics. We cannot divide on single issues. We must unite under the systematic tragedy of pay-to-play politics. The future for our country, as well as the rest of the world, is to think about public financing exclusively. Imagine your community where the politicians would only get money if the volunteers supported themselves and got signatures. You could not pay people to get signatures. It would be volunteer only. We would have a fourth branch of government to audit and screen the mechanisms of money in politics. We need to think about a 28th Amendment movement. There's a group called 99 Rise in LA. I hope you can check them out. They're having something called Democracy Spring. That's going to be in Washington, D.C. We must support Bernie. Phone Bank, I thank you for being with me. You are beautiful.
Phone Bank!
Hey, buddy, my name is Hugo Brambila. I'm a first-generation Mexican-American college student. And this is the first time I'm eligible to vote. And the last thing I want to do is be a misinformed voter. And you know what? As a Mexican-American, you know what I've seen? A lot of the Hispanic community does not know who Bernie Sanders is. And that is a big problem. You know what happened this past Wednesday? I think it was past Wednesday, right? The Univision debate. That was the first time my dad ever even heard of Bernie Sanders. That's a big problem. People simply do not know who Bernie Sanders is. And you know what? As a Mexican American, I'm a fluent Spanish speaker. For the past 2 days, I've been phone banking to Florida. We know how important the Hispanic vote is. We know how important and what a majority of the Hispanic people, especially in Los Angeles, is. We need to get the word out. We need to make sure that my parents and every other Mexican-American student here in Los Angeles and California, we need to make sure everybody knows who Bernie Sanders is. And we need to make sure everybody comes out and votes. So everybody who's a Spanish speaker, please phone back. Please get the word out.
Rally. I have never wanted to get off the street and come support somebody. I am so tired of the media saying that media is on, that we're on. The black vote goes to Hillary. The black vote goes to the individual. Bernie is the only one that is not getting a check, copy paste it to him. He is the only one. I do not want to see 32 years of occupancy by Bush, Clinton. I need somebody in that office that thinks Trump is trying to divide us. He is playing on the fear, and the fear is what's driving people to continue to divide us. We have got to vote. We have got to go to the phone banks March 15th. We have got to tell people about Bernie because a lot of people don't know about him. He is the one that's actually going to change this country. And Michigan is evidence of that because they told us that Hillary had it. That's a lie. We are still voting for Bernie, and we're stronger than ever. Keep voting for Bernie.
Just to give you guys a heads up, the organizers of this, I saw on Facebook that it's already planned for April 16th. Yeah! Same location and in solidarity with New York. Let's make it a national day. April 16th. Get on Facebook and find the threads and follow along and get the word out, all right?
Can we extend the march like longer?
Let's see what we can make it happen, all right?
Sure.
Good afternoon, everybody. How's everybody doing?
Check.
There's too much burn.
Testing. All right, can y'all hear me well? Yeah. All right. My name is Jonathan. I grew up right here on 41st and Hoover. Yeah. This is beautiful. Hey, but let me ask you something. Raise your hand if you live like on a 2-mile radius. Okay, that's the problem. Yeah. Because, all right, and I appreciate everybody being here, okay? And I'm feeling the burn as hell, okay? Yeah. But the problem is, like the homeboy was saying, there's not that many people who are supporting Bernie Sanders locally. We're talking about brown people, we're talking about black people, okay? And we don't only need the college students getting involved, we need every single person getting involved. And it's very easy to get on your Twitter and start tweeting stuff. It's very easy to just share a post on Facebook, and it's very, very simple to like a post, okay? Yeah. But you know what's a lot harder? Right. A lot harder? Making a phone call. getting rejected, having to stand up for Bernie Sanders, that's going to be difficult. So all I'm saying is, if you want Bernie Sanders to stand up for you, you got to stand up for Bernie Sanders.
It just came to mind that here in California, which is pertinent to us, obviously, 40% of the eligible voters are Latinos. And, you know, we know that we're lacking in that demographic. We need to talk to our Latino brothers and sisters and get them out there. Help, let's get each other out there to mobilize that area.
Hillary's not my abuela!
Hey everybody, how you feeling today? I spent 7 years of my life working towards peace in Congo. My brothers and sisters were in the deadliest war of our time. And what we realized is that the policies of the United States were directly contributing to the deadliest war of our time. Bernie has stood for peace and justice for over 50 years. So when we heard that he was running, my friends and I got together. We didn't know what to do, but we just made a video. We made the Together video. I don't know if you guys have seen it. But we took faces of our friends and people in New York. We printed them out, we tore them up, and we put them together to show who America is, who we truly are. A nation of immigrants. People who are conquered, people who have been conquerors. But we are alive today on this planet together. We've got to find a way to survive together. That is at the heart of Bernie's message. So we're here. We're going to be putting out posters all over Los Angeles. We're doing a People's PSA on Monday at Max Senate Studio in Silver Lake. We need volunteers who want to come and be on camera, who want to represent their communities to the public. If you're interested, find us on Facebook, together.vote. We'd love to talk with you. We're doing filming. We're talking to people all over LA. If you're interested in helping, we'd love to have you. For Bernie!
Yo te respeto, yo soy negro, ya.
Get in here.
Ya.
Yeah. Talk right into the mic.
Let me talk. ¿Puedo hablar ahí?
Hold on.
AKA Rose Digger Eyes. I'm a member of
I love you forever. I love you forever.
I just
I wanna cry,
to give a shout out to LAPD for helping us supporting Bernie, and I love you all.
Déjame decirte un momento, ¿ok? Respeta. Aunque tú eres gay, homosexual, respeta, ¿ok? Tú eres de corazón, gente.
We are the heart.
Tú tienes corazón, por favor. Ok, yo respeto, ok. Tú eres toda música. Ey, yo camino en la calle, ey, díseme. Yo soy el negro, ey. Yo soy el negro, Gilbert. Yo respeto al que tú soy.
He respects.
Díseme.
Come on. ¿Qué quieres decir?
Repete, por favor.
¿Qué quieres decir?
Dame una cerveza, yo voy a seguirle. ¡Arriba la cerveza! ¡Arriba lo gay! ¿Me entiendes, va?
Muchas gracias, señores.
¿Sabes por qué? Porque son de corazón. Ellos respetan a las personas. Pero dame, Elizabeth, I wanna cry. Yes.
Muchas gracias. Gracias. Thank you. Yeah. Cerveza. Allí.
Allí es cerveza.
Cerveza.
Sí. ¿Dónde está mi cerveza? ¿Dónde está?
Right there.
Ya está. Okay. ¿Dónde está mi cerveza?
Yeah. That way. Thank you.
Hello everyone, it's me again. I gotta say this because this is something, a serious topic. Most of us, we don't like to admit these things, you know. He had to present himself one way or another. We already know he's under the influence and such like that. We have to understand this, yo. There's a lot of our people they're living in poverty, and even worse, living in poverty. They're being homeless, you know what I mean? They see them drunk, they see them homeless, they're seeing recycling, they're even robbing people, you know what I mean? And you know what? We just blame them. We blame them on race. We blame them because they're minorities. We blame them because they don't got jobs. They don't got money. We can't just blame them for that, you know? There's a reason why that happened, you know what I mean? We help each other, you know, we stay united to this. We see someone homeless, we see someone asking for change, we give them change or we give them food. You know what? We need to start building things for other people. We start helping people. You know those houses that were being built for homeless? The mayor of Los Angeles has been taking it out because supposedly it's a health issue. Homeless being in the street is a health issue. We need to change that. Like I said, we need to vote for this. We need to inform. We need to educate our people. Unfortunately, some people that don't know nothing that's going on right here. They don't care about politics. We need to get deep inside our neighborhoods. We need to get in places where nobody cares about politics, and we gotta let them know why is this happening, because nobody knows why this is happening. They just say, oh, blame the government, blame the police, blame blacks, blame gangsters, blame Latinos. Nah, blame the 1%.
What's up, everybody? Y'all hip hop burning away and say ho! My name is Mike Manson. I got a hip hop for Bernie show coming up next Saturday. I'm here to represent Los Angeles hip hop scene. We are hip hop. We are the music from the streets. We are here to tell you the reality. Free music. It's called Hip Hop for Bernie Sanders, y'all. And I got one thing to say, and it's an musical part.
I love that
We're stronger than the past, we're just here to remind us. Stronger than the future, when they be behind us. Stronger than the force of the universe that binds us. Stronger than the bips of any political genre. Stronger than the will to kill or blame tyrant. Stronger than the need to speak or stay silent. Stronger than the need to get violent. Stopping yourself with the Bernie love finds us. Stronger than your bacteria processes or devices. Stronger than your husband and your vices. Stronger still than the filibuster rich Congress. Stronger than the butcher Swiss snitch Congress. Yeah! We are here for hip hop. We are here for you. We are here tonight. Music of all genres. Hip hop is one genre made up of the street. We are the street. We are the voice of the street. Hip hop for Bernie Sanders. We'll see you next Saturday. Hey, folks, we're almost done here. Just stick around. We got just a few more voices.
Oh, hi all you burners. My name is Pat. I'm a retired Ralph's cashier.
Escucha.
12 years ago, our contract came through. We wanted status quo. We took a hit for 20%. Kroger said they couldn't compete with Walmart. The cashiers now at Ralph's, at Vons, at Albertsons, at Stater Brothers, at all those union stores, they get to look forward to $12 an hour. When I retired in 2004, thank you God for my 25 years in the grocery business.
I love it!
I was making $17.80 an hour. It's not a career job anymore. If you have any union connections, call them. I've called my union 4 times. They don't want to hear me again. But they will endorse. UFCW has not endorsed. But if they endorse Hillary, they will hear from me.
My brothers and sisters, we're about to bring this to a close. One thing I want to say, right, with my brother right here, all of us understand, in order for us to have a peaceful planet, we need tolerance. Tolerance. As long as nobody's hurting anybody, it's okay. It is all right. My brother right here, like the other brother said, this is not his fault. A lot of us are victims of a system that is creating us to be this way, to be docile, and to be inebriated. Many of us are asleep. We are awakening. We are awakening. Thank you, brother. Thank you. He feels the burn. All right, now we're going to put on Larry. Thank you. Feel the burn. Thank you so much. Thank you everybody for being here. Let's close this off with one strong chant. Let everybody that sees us, that hears us, let us know what we think. Who do we want? What do we want them? Who do we want? What do we want them? Who do we want? What do we want them? Who do we want? What do we want them? Who do we want? What do we want them? Who do we want? What do we want them? Who do we want? What do we want them? Who do we want? What do we want them? Who do we want? What do we want them? Who do we want? What do we want them? Who do we want? What do we want them? Who do we want? What do we want them? Yeah!
I know you guys are angry. Who here feels angry about what's happening out there? But right now, the time is not for anger. Right now, there's a lot of people that are very angry and they're disappointed.
You remember that song? Imagine.
Yes.
Imagine.
Yes.
Hey, imagine.
And you see, here's the thing. When we show our anger, we take away our power. It is in expressions like this, expressions of freedom, expressions of democracy, when we come together. This is where our power is. Our power is in unity. Our power is in love. Our power is in commitment. Our power is standing together. Our power is in good ideas. When we create a big enemy, it's too big for us to defeat. We take ourselves out of our own power. We have a man named Bernie Sanders, who for his entire life has been standing for freedom, has been standing for gay rights, has been standing for the poor, has been standing for equality. He's been talking even when no one's been listening, and now we're behind him. Now is the time for us to stand united. And the political revolution is not about liking, clicking, or sharing. It's about coming together here. It is about phone banking. It is about face banking. It is about getting involved in the political process. It is about uniting with other Bernie groups. Who here has been phone banking? Raise your hand. Who commits now to face banking and phone banking in this very moment? So there will be a peaceful sit-in on April 3rd at CNN. How about that media coverage, everyone? How about that media coverage? So we will be gathering. We will be gathering at the CNN building on April 3rd to have a peaceful sit-in to protest the absolute lack of media coverage of the Bernie Sanders campaign. Because we may not have the corporate media yet, but we got social media, and for the first time, this will be the first presidential election that is completely defined by social media. It is a pleasure and an honor to stand with you. Please create art. Keep creating art. Please share your voices. Please use your platform. But do it peacefully and hold in your hearts the vision every single day. Close your eyes and imagine, what is it going to be like? What is it going to be like to hear him at the Democratic National Committee? To say that it is my honor to accept the nomination of the Democratic Party for President of the United States. What is it going to be like on November 8th when he stands before us and accepts the position of the presidency of the United States? What is it like? Imagine in your mind. Create the vision of your mind. And what it's going to be like to see Bernie Sanders give the State of the Union address. what it will be like, just for a moment, for the people of these streets. Imagine what it will be like to create a world that works for everybody. Imagine everybody being able to put food on the table. Imagine closing the corporate prisons. Imagine the world that you are coming together to create.
Imagine the life. Imagine the life is good.
And do so with love.
Yeah, imagine the life.
Yes!
Everybody feel the burn! Bernie Sanders 2016.
Yeah, do it.
My name's Adrian, and I'm a Christian. And first, I want to apologize for a religious institution that has stood too often on the right side of the aisle, the wrong side of history, for the side of bigotry, for keeping people away from their loved ones. I want to apologize for that. But personally, I am a Christian because I follow a socialist Jew who stands for the poor, who walks with grace and with love. And I can't wait this year to finally get to vote for another socialist Jew who stands for the same things. Thank you very much.
And it's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. Bernie 2016. Thank you. Get home safe. Don't drink and drive.
No, sir.
All right.
Thank you, everybody.
Oh, by the way, my name is Core Element. If you have any events, any Bernie supporting something, let me know. KOR Element on Facebook.
We're gonna dance.
And one more round for him.
La Palma next Saturday.
Trying to figure out where
Well, that was great. That was fantastic and so much fun and so safe and so positive and so friendly and so full of love and support and equal treatment, and that was fantastic. I really loved the drunk guy, because I think that shows a lot of like what this community of people, how they treat, how the Bernie Sanders community of people, again, I don't know yet. I haven't made my final decision of who I'm voting for, and I won't until I actually get in the polls, but that was really cool. It was really cool to see a disruptive person and see how the Bernie Sanders community reacts to it. That was fantastic. Very happy, very kind, very understanding. That was really, really great. So guys, thank you so much for joining me today. It was kind of like your afternoon brew. I guess I still do have a coffee. I'm gonna go home. I'll upload this whole thing to Facebook maybe, or something. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. But that was really neat. Alright, I love you guys. Have courage, be kind, walk through today with a positive mind, and get outside. And you know what? Let's add something to that today. Stand up for something you believe in, because what we just saw was a group of people that all drove or walked or moved for some reason to stand up for something that they believed in. Whatever it is that you do believe in, stand up for it. And don't be afraid to speak your mind. It feels really good when you do. Alright guys, I love you guys so much. I will, I'll see you tomorrow. Oh yeah, if you're new to this Periscope, every single morning we do your morning brew with Kathy Sue. I am Kathy Sue, and we talk about inspirational stuff and positive, kind stuff, and we're a very supportive community. So join us every weekday morning, Monday through Friday, and we'll talk about how to be happy and how to live a life of fulfillment and purpose and all that great, wonderful stuff. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. And if you liked this Periscope, make sure that you share with your friends. They might like it. Who knows? I love you guys. Bye.